So if you guys heard the genre called slice of life, essentially it's just your real life except in an anime form with all the other tropes of an anime. Imagine that, except yeah. What's up guys, Evan of 47 and welcome from Plot. Subscribe for more content coming your way. And today we're reviewing a show called Mankitsu Happening, which reminds me of Waganaria 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and Devil's Part-Time Worker, where it has the work environment aesthetic and the comical, unfortunate positions that women find themselves in because it is ecchi brand, and they go a step further than that. So in this series, right, it's a superpower that isn't really a superpower, but they call it one because there's nothing like it in the universe, where the main character, his name is K. Wherever job he goes to, wherever location, women find themselves in unfortunate positions, which then in turn would end up having him take advantage of the situation, which then in turn they would be like, oh wow, I actually wanted this the entire time, oh my god, poggers, you know what I mean? It's like the whole situation there, like basically every single woman gets set up to be a essentially. And he's saying he's gone through like multiple jobs where he just couldn't help but every single woman that was like flipped upside down and around the loophole, whatever. So he's like, you know what, this is gonna be my final job here, I gotta get this one. His friend calls him up, so hey, help me with the cafe, you know, he dips. His friend never comes back once Kay comes to the store and takes over his position pretty much. And once he's there, Kay is being trained by Rise, and his childhood friend comes in named Kurukuru, and hilarity ensues. Now, the way they build up the characters' personalities is very interesting in comparison to other shows I've seen in this breed, you know, whereas we see them go at it first and then we build up their personality over time. Instead, this show is like, it builds the groundwork and like, hey, this girl here, his boss, is very laid back, extremely chill, but at the same time is very stern. So boom, insert the whole boss aesthetic with a carefree attitude. You have a childhood friend who he was like, wow, I didn't look at her like this before, but now she has assets, I'm willing to invest in her prop, like that type of situation there, right? And then they pursue the avenue as well. So the very first situation where you see his powers in full prowess is when his childhood friend Kurukuru came in, was watching one of their cafe booths. She was somehow spinning records to their old childhood memories, which I don't know how I feel about that, but we just gloss over that immediately because of course Kay sees that happen and then boom, they go at it right there. And once that happens, Reese is like, hey bro, I saw you going at it in the booth, bro, you supposed to be working, what are you doing here? And then Kay just pressed tear keys like, oh no, this is how I lost my last job, and the job before that, and the job before that, and the job before that, so I hope I don't lose this job. But Rise doesn't really care. Again, carefree attitude. Matter of fact, she cares so little that she also wants to participate in this activity, these antics. How do I mean by this? Well, she wants to see if these superpowers are true. So she's trying to put herself in very, you know, funny positions, tee-ha-ha, and nothing's happened because he's trying to purposely avoid her. And then he's just, you know, in the bathroom taking a piss. He does a backflip when she is behind him because he's scared out of his mind. And then he somehow lands his dong in her offering hole somehow. So that's a thing. And once that happens, they go at it, and that's the end of episode 1. Episode 2 comes in. We have another person who's an idol. She's like, hey, I'm trying to hide so nobody noticed me. Haha. She's trying to, you know, because she's a massive idol. Apparently in Japan, the trope is a lot of these slice of life animes, if a super idol star who's like a J-pop, K-pop star, whatever, likes anime or manga, she's a nerd, therefore she's invalidated as a star, which, okay, whatever. And so she's trying to hide her identity. And for some reason, whenever she wants to drink some Coke that she really loves, she loves Coke, the entire machine just blast on her and her whole wardrobe is just dripping with sucrose, right? Dripping with carbonated sucrose. She has to go in the shower in the back, take a shower, and then leave. And then the second time she does it, she's like, well, I mean, this is ridiculous. I just want Coke. Why am I keep getting sprayed here? This is crazy. And then Kay tells her about a superpower. And then now, with the knowledge of superpower, the model Otana wants to activate it. It seems like a lot of these women want to try it out and see if it's actually real, which could be deemed as reverse violation, but that's not what the tag says, so we're not going to go that far. That's a bit of a stretch anyway. And a couple days go by and nothing happens, and then out of nowhere, boom, another Coke machine incident, and they're going at it. Woohoo, yippee-dang-doo, surprise, surprise, surprise. And so that happens, and now she's on board as a worker there as well, so she can continuously get her supply of coke and other products that Kay is offering. So episode 3, we have a new cafe opening right next to them. This cafe is called Medium Cafe. I don't know why they're called medium, since medium is average. Why would they go premium or, you know, something along those lines? Whatever, it's a bit too petty for me. And when they're opening, Ray, Risa, Otano, and Kurukuru, who now works there, I forgot to mention that, are noticing the decline in customers. And they're like, man, this is terrifying. Oh no, what do we do? What do we do? And out of nowhere, the president, manager, head manager, GM, whatever you want to call it, decides to pop in at their store. Her name is Shido, and she wants to ransack the employee's office, but due to Kay's powers activating, she ended up stuck in a washing machine position, which made her flee and want to seek revenge on the store even more. So she goes back again the next day, and she's like, hey, I'm going to close your entire store down because ours is popping, yours is stopping with the business. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to keep the commemorative sale open for a bit longer, which will extinguish your entire existence. Have a nice day. And she leaves just like that, just leave. Risei's a bit pissed off, Kay's depressed, and that's as far as the emotions go. So while that's happening, Kay is just out of it. He's just absolutely out of it. And the girl's trying to help him cope by just going at him nonstop. And Ray is like, I have an idea. Episode 4 pops up. Boom. They go to the store. Like, hey, what's up, Midu? Her name is Midu, by the way, my bad. How's the store doing? The store looks spanking fresh, brand new. The counters are glistening clean. It looks a lot better than their counters. Like, everything looks better than theirs, up to date. And then for some reason, she is having a Rumble Assist in her middle pocket while she's talking to them and leaving a slime trail going to her gamer lair. So that's very interesting. Risei has an idea to come up with that and pops an opportunity. Now, what I just did back there, if a euphemism, I've noticed back in the day I would find that cringe, but now it just comes so naturally. It's just a part of me, and I'm okay with it now. It's just how I move. Okay, this is how I do things. Yes, that is correct. You're looking at bunny ears. These have nothing whatsoever to do with the plot at all, and is never mentioned again. Guess you can call this an Easter egg. Honestly, I felt a tinge of sadness because she was and beaten up daily until the point she was sacrificed. But still, I don't like her. Now, I have to take a shower because this show defiled me. They find Midu in her gamer chair doing the nasty, and Risei decides to use her voyeuristic tendencies against her because she has to have some voyeuristic tendencies if she's, she's like, hey, you want to do that again? Whereas Midu's like, yes, would love to. Risei somehow activates the intercom button either in that gamer area she's in or somewhere else in the office, which then in turn makes all the customers hear all the action going on in the staff room. And since Risei isn't the one that's initiating it, it's just Mido herself, therefore she can't be, implicated. I mean, hey, if she was just witnessed it happen and, then it's not her fault because technically she didn't do anything. So the news of that goes to the higher ups. Higher ups like, hey, cut it out, shut down the entire store. We can't have our reputation, our brand, our brand get tarnished because some Coomer is in the head position. They shut it down. And then after all that, Midu decides to, go to the Freedom Cafe and live there until she could find a new place because that was her brand new job. And now she's taking residence inside of one of their karaoke rooms, which boss lady like her isn't really satisfied with if it isn't kept pristine at all times. In fact, she had a gamer lair instead of her place of work, and she asks Kay to clean it up. And once Kay goes in there to clean it up, bang bang boom, one thing leads to another, and the entire staff of Freedom Cafe starts going out of the karaoke room, and it ends off with, well, I'm glad our store didn't shut down today, because if it did, I'd be out of a job and depressed. But now, since we barely escaped unemployment, we are going off to another day to adventure. So I would say it's very wholesome, very slice of life-esque, very, female lead-esque, essentially, and very, yeah, that's basically it. Alright guys, all in outro, but if I did, it wouldn't matter because that makes fun of the video. Good night.